Pardon? I am talking away to myself. I'm talking to my friends out there.
You ain't got no friends, mate.
I have got friends. You've got no friends because you never wear microphones. So after a lovely stay in Oxford, at last we stopped and had a break. It's time to move on. So I've just got to go down now to the very end of the Oxford Canal, which is where Isis Lock is, which drops onto the Thames. I shall turn the boat at that point, winding, for those of you that don't understand the term, wind the boat, and start heading back. So Oxford's really nice, really enjoyed it, very busy, lots of people about, lots of students about. There's towpath where we're moored, lots of runners, dog walkers and the like. So we're looking forward to a little bit more of a leisurely sort of cruise back to the Midlands. It was, I've got to be honest, quite hassly, quite stressful to get here. I'm my own worst enemy. We set ourselves challenging days, I guess, to try to travel where we need to travel. We should have amended our plans. Things had changed, things had gone wrong. I guess trying to head to Oxford was the thing that we should have changed. We should have amended that because it's a long way south, you know. From Braunston, you're looking at something like 50 miles of canals, twisty, quite a few locks, and a bit tight through here. And so, yeah, should have changed that. But you live and learn, don't you? You should try to keep everybody happy all the time, I suppose. We've got friends that we're meeting here. They'd booked into some hotel and stuff, so it didn't seem fair to sort of change things because of that. But it's fine. We really enjoyed Oxford, so it was worth it in the end. It's a big day for me today. So it's the 21st of July morning. So as I was saying, big day today for me. I'm going to be a granddad again. So my 5th grandson. None of them gave me a granddaughter. God. There's still time. Mrs. Lumsden's kids, they could come up with the goods, couldn't they? They could give us a granddaughter. But yeah, my daughter Kate is having a cesarean today, so I'm waiting to see pictures of my new grandchild. Good. So I've given Mrs. L a bit of a lie-in this morning. Oh, there, I can just see the quilt moving there. Oh. So I'm hoping on the way back to do a bit more videoing. It was again, because of the nature of the way we've had to travel, it's just grabbing bits and bobs of shots with no structure. But now definitely lost my ability to plan and think about what I wanted to do. So I don't know. By now you may well have watched some cobbled together vlog of what we've done. So I don't know. We'll see. It's a hard thing trying to what's the priority. Priority really is that we own a boat and we're having a holiday, and that should be the main priority. But then suddenly when you're trying to travel somewhere, you're trying to film things, you're trying to, it's like playing a big game of chess. What what comes first, what do we need to have in place, and suddenly before you realise it, you're not having a holiday, you're having a logistical situation, you know, just you forget to give yourself time. It's a very small winding hole here. It's a 52-foot boat. We're 47. So it's a bit tight. And with the undergrowth, the summer undergrowth, there's kind of 2 or 3 foot missing as well, so we're just about going to get around here. Stand by for impact. There's the impact. So again, for those non-boaters out there, what I've now got is my nose is against the bank over there, and I'm on full tilt around. So basically driving the back end round. Front end can't go anywhere because it's against something solid, and so the back end is now moving this way. Cracking smell of marijuana down here. I'll tell you that. Right, so now I've got some space behind me, I can go reverse, which will bring my front end off the bank. So when I go forwards, my front end will start to move forwards and around to the right. It's very shallow here where my prop is, so I'm struggling to get any sort of drive. And there we have it. So yeah, ultimately we did Lichfield to Oxford in 6 cruising days, and they were long cruising days. We did 58 hours. So it's actually good going. But as I said, that becomes a bit of a mission, that does. That's kind of 7 o'clock in the morning till sort of 5, 6 at night with no real lunch break. But it's nice to know these milestones and these timings just for the future. You know, if we have a need to try to get to Braunston, for example, from Lichfield, and we're short of time, it's 3 days. Longish days, but we can do Braunston in 3 days. We can do Braunston to Oxford in 3 days. I wouldn't want to do that again, but as I said, it's nice to know that you can. There are some really beautiful gardens in this area as you're coming out. These houses that back onto the canal here are really nice. I would think that, I mean, they're not the prettiest of looking of houses, but they're interesting, very tall. I guess some of it may be student housing, but those of them that have really done things with their gardens have made some really nice jobs of them, you know. Very pretty. That's a hell of a tree to have at the bottom of your garden, isn't it? Cracking trunk on that. Again, rather tight through here. It's certainly a popular place. Not a place I'd choose to moor, it's got to be said. Nice lines on these Dutch barges, I think is what they're known as. I love the sort of the high bow, and then kind of like the banana shape to the whole hull. Really nice. The wheelhouse always looks a bit cumbersome. Obviously, you know, you go through some low bridges sometimes. At worst, me and Mrs. L just have to deal with the Wi-Fi antenna at the front of the boat. To have to suddenly drop all these boards down and stuff to be able to get under bridges seems like a hassle. But I guess the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So I think that's us going past the last of the long line of moored boats, which extends out from Oxford through Jericho. Not too far now from, I think we've got a lock, and then the Duke's Cut, which is the other entrance or access point to the Thames. But I think that's Oxford behind us now, so we might be able to push on a little bit. It's been slow going. Yeah. Had a slight hangover this morning. Drinking with friends all day yesterday. Went for a curry last night. That was really nice in Jericho. Because I'm a Brummie, we like our curries, and your best curries are in Birmingham by far. But having said that, the one I had last night was there was nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Lamb methy. Oh, I do love a bit of methy. Methy is dried fenugreek leaves. Oh, it's a lovely, lovely flavour it puts in. It's a massive thoroughfare, this towpath into Oxford. It's like when you're if you're on the Birmingham main line. It's the same thing. So many cyclists, walkers, runners use it as that sort of key access into the city, and it's great to see because it's people, you know, enjoying that green space, aren't they? Far nicer to be able to sort of come into work on, you know, on a canal side than it is on the busy road structure that's going to be around here inevitably. So fair play. I know we have clashes, you know, the boats and the cyclists and the dog walkers and fishermen. We all have our gripes about each other, but ultimately everybody's got access to that thing, haven't they? And morning. And everybody should be a lot more tolerant and understanding of each other's needs. Mrs. Lumsden, when you come up, will you bring the map book thing? I haven't got a clue what's next. You might need a windlass as well. Well, that was very nice of the holiday boat ahead. There's an American family or a couple of families on a big long boat, and they've opened up a paddle for me, so that's awesome. That's what it's all about, you know. So this is Wolvercote Lock. So it's only it's about a 5 foot drop, something like that. So just a small one. Mrs. L's first lock of the day. She's given me engine some thrash already. She likes a bit of that. I once said to her, power is your friend. If you want to make a bit of a quick turn, quick squirt of power, and it'll help you get round. She does it every time. Just every time. It's a good job I do regular oil changes. She can see me videoing. She's trying her best now. Trying her best.
Good job.
Thank you. Just love Americans. Good job. Looking very sexy with the off the number shoulder thing. Oh, there you go. Oh, leave it. Oh, just looks a bit tired today. I won't zoom in on that lovely, beautiful face of hers. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, it's got to be said, these the locks on the Oxford have been so all the way down. The gates seem overly heavy. It's almost like all of the beams aren't quite balanced enough, and a lot of the winding gear very dry. All seem to need a bit more lubrication. So it feels like, and I'm not one for knocking the CRT actually, because I have a lot to do, but it does feel like this canal's been forgotten about a bit. The towpaths are non-existent in places. You really do start to think, you know, at some point, unless we all do something about this, as in we all start having to cut bits of towpath, working parties, things like that, then it is going to become an unusable resource in places. And that would be a tragedy, because, oh, see, oh, God, oh my. And that's what a lot of them are like. And you think, you talk about health and safety, don't we? You talk about risk assessments and stuff. Is a risk assessment ever done as to whether it's right for a boater to have to put that much effort into something? Because if I was an older chap, I don't know, I'm getting on a bit now, or, you know, a single female, and you see some of the old couples, retired couples, it's not easy sometimes, and I'm not sure that's right. Yes, it's boating, and the traditionalists will say, oh, stop moaning, it's what it is. But it matters, you know. It does matter. Well, I'm going to stop moaning now. No more moaning today. Get into a bit of a habit of moaning, and I get in trouble. Pardon? I am talking away to myself. I'm talking to my friends out there.
You ain't got no friends, mate.
I have got friends. You've got no friends because you never wear microphones. See, she's forgotten me. See, I know, she forgets about me. Off she goes, you know what I mean? Just trundles off, doesn't think I'll just put it into reverse and wait for Lumpy with his poor little chubby legs.